good morning to everyone. We are starting the session shortly
Think so.
as the till now the candidates only 11 candidates are joined, so we can wait for 5 minutes and then we'll start the session. Hope in the last sessions, whatever we did it, you people are comfortably performed uh, operations, whatever the operations we did in the Power Query editors, uh, in a desktops. So hope everyone might easily and comfortably done it. So we can see to it that here about this particular part. As I told that we have to store that particular file. So hopefully you people might store it. So ETL underscore one, that was the name of my file. So it was stored. So I'm not started yet, but just want to show you about like how my data looks like. That my data. Today's session will not go ahead with till the 3 hours. It will be a less timer because the today's topics, if you can see that today's topics, we have to see the charts, append queries in Power BI, merge queries. So we have to cover this and some part of this particular things, modelizing and all the things. Introduction. This is actually not about the hands-on, but I started with the hands-on. This part was as per the IDMI guidelines. This part was told about to just introduce about the things, but we taken already in the Power Query. So already the introduction of the Power Query I given and we started working in a Power Query editors. So the cleaning is the modelizing, visualizings, that all the things we'll have to see here in the upcoming. So today's part will not go ahead till 2:30. It might be lesser timer because today's topic is small. So like simple chart in Microsoft Power BI, we have to see the append queries. We have to see some merge queries in the Power BI or Power Query. So this two, three things we'll have to see to it that, and then we can move ahead in the next week toward directly Power Query advanced techniques. So these all are the things we'll have to see in our coming sessions as well. So this is already you might have this curriculums with yourself. So the timing is 2:30 PM is given. That is totally acceptable. It's totally 3 hours workshops. But due to some topics will be a very simple topic, so the small topics will come. So in that particular scenario, it might taking less time to finish it. But let's see when we'll have to finish it. So till now only 14 people. So I'm waiting to see that the people are going to be joined or not. So this
Hello.
Raj Gopal. Yes, please go ahead.
Sorry, no, I left, a little early yesterday, just last 5 minutes before. I didn't save the file. So I need to save the file ETL.
Yeah, that's I just told that you have to save the file because we have to. So we were stop the session. So today in the morning or today in it will be required to perform the task. So that's why I
Yeah, yeah.
just told that you have to save the things.
File is, available actually. I didn't close it actually. Let me save it. ETL underscore one, right?
It's totally up to you. Whatever name you
Okay,
want to
fine,
give,
fine.
you
Then
can give
okay.
it according
Okay,
to your name. And
okay. Thank you.
yeah, I hope you did a proper task. Arshifa Saifi, you also Siddharth, Dinosha, Sunil Nair. Till that time we can discuss like if anyone feel difficulty, Pravina, anyone feel any difficulties in yesterday's session, so just let me know so that I can guide you. That's Javed. Hope you also smoothly you finish the task. Hope all the people's install the Power BI in Mac. I don't think that the free version is available. So please just see to it that the Windows would be required it. So the Mac people might get of difficulties to installation and all the things in Power BI desktop. So please take a note of that particular stuffs carefully in your mind. Okay. Okay, Sunil. Thank you. So this is your curriculums, which is in front of you. We'll have to see some. So obviously you can see that this is my data, which is in front of you. Table tools, home and everything. That's already daily. Again, I'm going with the transform. I will go ahead and just see some transformations of my data as well here. So I have to see to it that. So just we'll wait more 2-3 minutes and 11:40 sharp we will start the stations. So till that time, if there is any doubts or any queries from your ends, you can go ahead. Otherwise, at sharp 11:40 we will proceed with our sessions. Already the recording is shared. I think recording is shared. I think from the you can check the WhatsApp. WhatsApp if the recording is shared. It so just check your recording. Recording is there or not? I don't know. I will ask to them. Ask the people that they will might share it, but it will be shared by today only. I will ask them that because after the session, the recording should be shared. It, but unfortunately, if it was not shared, I will ask the candidate, the colleagues of from of eShiksha that they should share the recorded sessions or the recorded links so that you can see the first uh, sessions as well as for today's as well. So definitely you will get. So don't worry about that. Okay, we can proceed with the session. So as yeah, I just open in the Power Query. I'm moving towards with the further with the Power Query. You can see that this is my data, which is I shared it, the sales data. You remember it. I just shared in the ETL. My name folder name was the ETL. If you remember it, you can just see to it that you have to just check it. What is the name of the full file? So I just shared my file name as the ETL underscore one uh, as the file. So the file is stored in my local system. So let's we have to go ahead and perform some more ETL task here. Uh, or I can say that Power Query editor task. We have to perform it with the help of the Power Query editors. So when I will go ahead with this, transform the data automatically, the Power Query editor is going to be open here. So you can just see to it that yesterday we saw about like the merging, lot of operations, replaced value, lot of operations. We already saw it. So show white space complete. So I can uh, just untick about this particular stuff. So this all the things we can move ahead and just perform. I don't know. I just taken the one column here about the category names and the comparing and hiking. We just perform the task in that particular step. So just do it, and I given one task to all of you, like you can see to it that and find out If there is any spelling mistakes or the typo error you find, you can see to it that, and it can combine the things with the replacing the values, just like the camping and hiking, and the camping and is the short form is given. So the similarly you can perform the task. So I don't think that there will be any values. Now the next part I'm moving towards the formatting. So the category name is here, as you can see to it that category name. Now I'm looking for this particular part as the column quantity is obviously you can see to it that there is no null value and all the things is available. In the category column, category names or the customer's first names, anywhere you can go ahead and just see to it that there is a transform. If I will go ahead and just see to it that transform is there, you can see that transform is about, like you can see that when I will go ahead about the three things are there, like change type. Change type is like the decimal number, fixed decimal numbers, whole numbers, percentage, date time, text, all the things. But there is a transform is also there. You can see to it that. So the transform is about the lowercase, uppercase, capitalize each words and all the things. So you can perform the different tasks here about like the, for example, if I will go ahead and perform the uppercase here, what will be this particular stuff? So in the customer's first names, it will come as in uppercase. You can see with that. So this is just automated formatting is available in a Power Query editors. You can go ahead and perform the task. Whatever the functions you might seen in the Excel about the trim functions, clean functions, length, uh, these all are the functions you can use in that particular scenario. So the same things we can go ahead and perform directly with just one click. And with the help of the one click, we are able to uh, perform the task. So just see to it that there it's we have applied the uppercase. But again, if I will go ahead here about uh, this, I'm going to the transforming about the capitalize each words. So what I'm getting about this particular capitalize each words. Why I'm getting this small about this particular things. Capitalize each words about uh, you can say that capitalize each words. And again, if I will go ahead and transform this particular task to lowercase. So in this particular specific columns, I'm going to apply here about this task so that I'm getting about like this. Again, if I will go ahead and just perform customer's first name, if I will go ahead to transform about this particular stuff, capitalize each word. Now see to it that when it was uppercase, it was capital. But when I apply the capitalize each words, you are getting means the first letter as a first alphabet is a capital. Similarly, lowercase, keep the lowercase each things, capitalize each word again. Means what exactly means about the capitalizing each words is not about like capital for that particular whole words or the whole letter. That means the first letter or the first word of the first alphabets of the words, it's going to be a capital. So capitalize in the uppercase, what are the two things you should always remember it, because a lot of times we always get a confusions about this. All the parts is known as the transformations part or the data manipulations parts we are doing here. We'll have to see a lot of things. It's not about to end here about this particular stuff. Uh, so the formatting is kind of a things we can do the formatting according to your requirements or what are the things is given. For example, if you can go ahead in the formatting part of this, for example, this is order ID. If you can go ahead and transform this particular things around absolute value, power, or text transform, natural, and all the things. For example, I can go ahead with the next columns and just try to see this particular thing, cells. So in the cells, if you can go ahead with the transform about this particular stuff, you can just find out this is a round, this is a power, or this is a round. For example, you can see, first of all, you can see to it that this is a value you are getting about 149 about this. So if I will go ahead and filter with this or transform this particular as a round, what kind of a things round up? For example, if I will go ahead. So what things you are getting, you remember that video like that is 9 point something getting. So it's not about only the text columns. You can go ahead and perform the task. It's about it can be it's not fixed with the text columns. Please just take a note of that particular stuff. This is a very important part, and you should go ahead and just perform the task as well. So simple task, we applied it 800 and all the things. So in any columns, you can go ahead with any columns, and you can go ahead and see the transform, absolute value, round up. If you just round down, what will be it will becomes as a round down. You can see that minus 96 and all the things you can see to that. So this all are known as the transformations or the formatting about your columns. So formatting is also required many times when we have to perform the ETL or extract, transform, and the load. So in the Power Query editors, we can perform this task here. You go ahead and justify with this particular things like capitalize each word. So you can see this how it looks like what we did it here about this particular things. So just one round down when I applied it, how it's look like this. You can see to it that. So the lower case text, customer text, proper type text, this is for the capitalize. I'm talking about this. So this is done it with this particular part. So round it up. You can see that statement of what query we return it. So this is very simple things. We applied it and we are capable to do some task here. Similarly, there is a, if you can go ahead in the home of this particular, there is a merge queries is what I can say that we will get to see about the appended queries as well as the merge thing not coming in today's session as well. But let's see how to see some task about this. So whatever the task you applied it, it is in front of you. You can go ahead and check it. Like in the replace value, if you can go ahead, what we did in the replace value, how we can verify it, what things we did it here in this particular part. You can see that. So camping and replace category about this as the name. So just you can apply and check it, what things you applied it. So the null value is going to be filled with the 21 8 2017. Because these all are the already we did this kind of an operation. So just remember it. It is a very important part as the ETL part. Now, this was the last part I want to just show you about. This is a close and apply. Now, close and apply. I can go ahead and just apply the close and apply here. You can just see to it that it's automatically close. There is pending changes in here that have not been applied. So you have to keep the patience because data is very huge. You can see that stable cells data 53,196 rows are there. So you can imagine that how big data it is. So it's a small data. Many times we'll get about the 10 lakh rows or that kind of records. And for that data, we have to move ahead and perform the task. So honestly, it's important part. No, you are not going to lose anything here. Only the revision part is going on about the last one yesterday, whatever we or whatever perform. So this is already done it and working on it. So in the file, if you can go ahead, click, you can see to it that master lab. Now we have to come here. This is your sales data. A lot of things is already it's given how to see some different type of the charts. And we'll have to see that's how we can monitor on how we can perform this particular stuff as well. So like we can say that top 10 charts, we can see that 10 Power BI charts and their types we can utilize here so that we can use and we can say that how it's good to visualize the things. So this is the uh, Power BI looks like. You can just go ahead, build visuals, format and reports, page informations. This is Canvas. If you want to go ahead with the Canvas and all the things, the setting with the customization and all the things, you can do it according to your choice. So first I can move it this particular things. So this is your about the page Canva background. If you need any different background here, you can go ahead and perform the different backgrounds as well with the different so color is, for example, this. If I will go ahead and just checking about this with the different colors. For example, if I will go ahead and check it with this, or if any browser anything, so from the browse image as well. So the canvas background, wallpapers, you can take it any wallpaper about this particular thing. So it looks like so, but make it the white as it is. But this wallpaper is my choice. Anything you can go ahead and test it. It looks like something. So image fit provide it normal transparency, how much you want it. You can go ahead with the transparency as well as so this looks like the transparency and all the things. So I will go ahead with this. Now go ahead. Uh, I can give the name of this particular part as the simple charts in Microsoft Power BI. So we'll have to see simple charts. This is just I given the name about simple charts. Papers, filter, play, pen. You can take the font size, whatever the font, whatever the things you need it, you can take it. Please take a note. Input, header, whatever the things you need it, you can search box, border on, background options. So all the options, it's about the page format or the page. But this is for the visualizations perspective. Okay, so this is something card I taken here. This is card. You can set it according to your choice. So for example, sales data, I will go ahead with the sales data. The sales data, for example, I can go ahead and calculate something. I can calculate about my sales. So the summation of the sales. If I will go ahead, just drag and dropping here, this particular thing. So hopefully I will get this sales as well. So this is something I will getting about the share again. Repeat the steps you did for visualizations. Not getting appropriate. I just did it. Transformation part. Okay, I will come to that. So let it be. I can delete this particular stuff. So as yesterday we had this data, I saved in the name of the ETL one. So you can go with the transform. I just went or enter in the Power Query editors. So that's the beauty of the this Power BI and the Power Query. I just did some formatting here about like this formatting and all the things. So for example, I can go ahead and just perform the formations or the formatting here. So the format is also the transform is given. You can see that a lot of things is already given here, rename and everything says there. But when you click about here, you will get the transform. In the transform, for example, this is my which column order date. In the transform, if I just need about the year wise, for example, start of year or year, I can take. So you can see that how the data is going to be transformed to the year only. You can see to it that. So 17 and all the things. So this we can call it as the formatting of that metadata, like customer's first name, customer last name. If you need to do ahead, like the categories name, this category name, I just want to take the category name as the capital letters or the uppercase only. So just performing this task. So all the things will come as the upper letters. So you can just perform this kind of a task in the order date or expected year, extracted year. If I will close it, again, the same data I will get it, or the same kind of a data is again order dated. So this all the operations, whatever the operations I perform it, that operations we can call it as the formatting of the respective columns or the according to the requirements of your projects, according to the requirements of your clients or the stakeholders, you are going to perform this kind of a task. So please take a note of that particular stuff. So you will get a better understanding about this. And I'm sure, pretty sure that yeah, whatever operations we perform yesterday, everyone understand it, everyone cleared it, everyone might already did in your Power BI notebooks or in the Power Query editors. So whatever the operations we did it, the same operations, I just added one thing that's formatting. So this whatever the process we applied here, that all the process we can call it as the I can say that extract, transform, and load. So first I loaded my data sets in the Power Query. I did some kind of a transformation, a lot of transformations we can perform it. It's not about 2, 3, 4, 5 transformation according to the requirements. You can go ahead, you can see that in that there is a format is also given. So according to the respective columns, you can see that extract column is also there, first character text before. So for example, if I will go ahead order date, you can go ahead and see to it that, for example, I can create a when a year, I can take the month. So what actually the thing is going to be happen? It's coming as the month only. You can see that the transformations, what I did. So I extracted the month here. So in the order date, I'm getting the 6 month, 4th month about that particular things. If I will go ahead and extract these particular things after delimiters or this particular things or in the date, month, quarter, week, day, age, start of the year, month, you can see that start of the month, or we can take as the name of the month as well. So you can see that the name of the month is also going to be coming here. So just see to it that what exactly we have to perform it here. We can do the lot of things, lot of operations. This all are belongs to your requirements. So according to the requirements only, you can go ahead about and perform this particular task as well. So in the customers, if you can go ahead, customers last names, order date. So you can see to it that split columns. Example, I'm going to splitting my column about delimiters. Is there anything possibilities is going to be happen here? Splitting column is going to be with the delimiter. So it will ask about like that's equal signs or the space. That's already I explained in the yesterday only, like how we can split the columns and perform this or this all the operations. So in the statistics also we can calculate the sum, but definitely we'll see in the upcoming sessions because we have a lot of 4 more weeks, 4 more days to see about like this KDA DAX or DAX function in the Power Pivot and all the things. So that time definitely we allow to see that's how we can calculate and all the things. So till now we'll have to move ahead in the simple charting. So the ETL is going to be done it here. Uh, it's not done just for the understanding purpose. I thought like it's completely done. So transformation is done. So now I'm going to load it. So first, it's your duty. You can just go ahead and save it for this particular thing so that nothing is the pending changes. So apply it, do the apply in this particular things. You can just see to it that cells data, loading data to the models. To wait it. Very easy. You can do it. So this has done it. Now file, close and apply it. So it's will come and you applying. So it's applied. You can see to it that this category name is coming in the particular things. So this is your dashboards kind of a things or the environment of the Power BI we are seeing here. And this particular part, this is your sales data at the right side. You can see that there is a modeling is also there. Obviously, we'll see that modeling part later on. We can also create randomly by your own about this model and all the things. So don't worry, this is only one data sets we have. So that's why we are not going to see the modeling. So obviously I will do this is DAX query view. So obviously I don't require to see the DAX query view and all this. This is the way we can write it. But now we are in the table view first, and then we can see that report view. So this is your report view. As in the curriculum, it's given about like this particular report view and all the things visualize on this particular thing. So you can see that the publishes option is there, publish this reports. Whatever things you want to save the changes. Already I did not created anything. So never get a confusions like what exactly uh, we are going to see here. So the step by step. So first we have to create some very good, nice charts here so that we will get the some understanding and the idea. So this is my page or the report view. If you want to change your page reports, colors, background, wallpapers, filter plane, filter cards, anything, if you want to change it, you can change it with your font, text, all the things. So obviously this only you will get the idea and the knowledge when you perform the hands-on things. If you are not going to perform the hands-on things, definitely you will not get that kind of an exposures as well. So it's same Excel kind of a form. You can see to it that it's nothing new to you like this ribbons and all the things. There is two more things that's new measures and the quick measures. So obviously we'll have to see as well. I thought because I think it's given in the curriculums. So in the DAX during the DAX times, definitely we'll have to see to it that even we'll have to create a dashboards. So that during the creation of the dashboards, I will take the real-time data sets. So for that data sets, we have to create the last day of the uh, training that I think the 1st of September, that day we will create a very nice dashboards once we understand a lot of functions. So let's first we'll try to build some report view, some see the different type of the charts. After that, we have to see the append queries in the Power Queries. Then we'll have to see the merge queries in the Power Queries. So as today's sessions, we'll have to see 3 to 4 more things. So this is my report view. If you need to change the colors and all the things, you can do it. Now this is I just taken. This is my you can when you could come and see that this is add data to your visuals. So I just taken this is a lot of way visualization is given just like this stake bar charts, cluster charts, cluster bar charts, clusters column charts, clusters 100% stock bar charts. So a lot of different charts are given. You can see to it that this is area charts, stack area charts. This is I think that stack area charts and all the things is given. If you go ahead more visuals, get more visuals, you can go ahead and take the get more visuals as well. So as my organization is already using the paid versions or the licensed version of Power BI, so I can utilize the Power BI services as well. So that's not an issue. So you can see to it that there is more different kind of visualizations you can take it.
Mazid, one question. Sorry, I couldn't see the visualization in the left side actually. Did I miss anything, or should I click any option to bring that back?
So it might be like this. If you might seen about like this, so you have to just open it because it will be there. Like when we open sometime, it will looks like this kind of a stuff. So we have to open the filter, the visualizations, and the data. So it's if it is, it looks like this. So you can just change it and just it will.
In fact, not like that. It is. Uh, do I need to click any option in view or anywhere? Because I don't see anything here actually.
Share your screen so that I can get the idea.
1 second. Okay, I'm using it from the different
Okay.
laptop. 1 second. Let me do
In the
that
view,
quickly.
you will get this. Yeah, Aditi, you have any questions? You raise your hand. Raise your hands, Aditi Garg. You have any questions? Aditi Garg. The recorded session you asked, I think just
I just pasted in the WhatsApp the group. If you could see that.
just a second. I have to. So
Yeah.
so that's the problem. You still open the Power Query, na? So that's the problem you are facing. So
Okay.
there is an option. You can see that close and apply at the left hand side. The first options after the below the file, there is a close
Okay.
and apply. So
Okay,
just
I did
right
now.
click on close and apply.
Okay.
Then you will enter in the Power BI. Otherwise, you are still in the Power Query editor.
Okay. Got it. Got it. Yes. Got it now. Yeah. Got it. Thank you.
No, Pratik Parikh, I have not covered any single topic today. Just started the things. Only I revised the part or whatever we did it. So I have not covered this particular stuff still. So just revise the things. So this is your report view or that particular thing. So in the view, when we go ahead, you will see the themes and everything's page views and unlike this fit to width, fit to page. If you could go ahead and just take it to fit to width. So it looks like this particular things. Mobile layout is also there. So you can try out it says it is a mobile because in the mobile applications, it's also create also available. So you can use the mobile view as well. So this is your desktop view. This is your mobile view looks like. So better we can go ahead with the desktops. So lines, if you need a grid lines, you can take the grid lines. If you need the snap to grid, you can take the snap to look objects. So there is all the options are available just like in the Excel or the Microsoft others. So I'm not taking anything. So there's bookmark selection, performance analyzer is there. So if you need it, you can take it. Otherwise, keep out the things. If you don't need filter right now, don't take the filter as well. So optimize and all the things. You have to pause visuals, refresh visuals, optimize, apply all slicer buttons, performance analyzers, all the things. Modeling is also there, available is there. But now the modeling I'm not taking, I'm taking coming to the home as well. So as my data is done with the extract, transform, and loaded. Now this is my data here, sales data. So I'm just taking this. You can see that this is a card. This is a card. The card will represent the count or that whatever you want it. According to that, it's going to be represented. When I will over click on the card, it will come as it's and select and drag to fill populate visuals. You can see to it that you can according to that, according to the size, you can adjust it the things. A lot of things you can do it. you can go ahead and perform this. So still the data is not added. So in the sales data, if I will go ahead in the sales data, you can see that a lot of data is there. So the summation is already given. When I select it, you can see. So the 14.11 million sum of the cells is available in this particular. Now, when we go ahead and visuals, you can perform this particular things, the visuals, properties, whatever the operations you want, you can go ahead, the background, what looks like. So suppose the backgrounds you want for this, you can take it the background this one. So vice versa, you can perform this particular task. So just remember it. I'm not saying that you can take it transparency and all the things you have to perform this particular stuff. So this particular stuff. So this is just I consider the card I taken. If the transparency is required, you can take the transparency as well of this particular data. So this is something we got it. So alt text, enter the description, some of the cells, properties is there. Visuals is like call out value, how it looks like. You can take the any other, so you can see this particular. So whatever the you required it, you can take it according to that, this particular. So I'm not going to change this particular because it looks like a very good text wrap is required. You can go ahead. So there's all the options are available. So you can do these particular options as well from your end as well. Uh, in the category labels, you can see to it that, or the in the general options. So the title is, if you want to the title on, the title as it is like the sales. So it looks like heading, how it looks like. You can give the heading to as well. How you can, if you want to, in a between, you can do it. If it required as the bold letter, you can give the bold letter. Subtitle, whatever things you want, you can give its background, shadow, visual borders if you need it. If I will do it, it's the on of the visual borders. You can see to it that the visual borders will come. So the visual borders, it's totally up to your choice. These all are the options for the customizations. And go ahead and perform this different customizations here. The visuals, you can see that rounded corners if you need it. You can take it the rounded corners as well. If no need it, you can keep it as it is. The widths, if I will off coming as it is. So this is something like what data it looks like is, we can take it. Now this cells is, if I will go ahead and just see to it that this is a sum of cells. If you click here, you will see the lot of statistical concept, or the descriptive statistics is already given. So in the descriptive statistics, the average is there, the minimum is there, the maximum is there, the count is there. So if I will go ahead the count of this particular, I will see the count of the cells. So total count of the cells, you can calculate it. You can do the maximum, average, rename for these visuals, all the things if you want to calculate the statistical. So median of the total cells. So median of the total cells also you can calculate it. So the operation is totally given here. So, but I kept as the sum. If those who are as a stakeholders are asking, you can calculate the average of the respective uh, columns or that particular cells column. So you can go ahead and calculate about the average of that cells columns as well. So these all are the statistical values are given. So this is something I taken about this in my report view I just created. Now let's moving towards the next part as we are moving towards the charts. Now this is something like the stack bar charts I selected here. Stack bar charts I selected here. For example, stack bar chart. You can shift here or anywhere. Stack bar charts. Now there is a two axis. You can see that legend is also given. Now, if you want it, you'll take it a little bit here so that you can easily reach it. So I can take the customer country, or anyway, instead of customer country, I can take as the uh, market regions, or how the data looks like. First of all, you can see that the calculation value and all the things. So I can take it the profit per orders or sales or order quantity. You can see that order quantity 3, 4, 5. So I can take the order quantity and I can take the order region as well, or I can take the one more thing as the country regions here. So this particular things you have to do this particular as the country regions on the y-axis. If I will go ahead with the country regions on the y-axis and coming to the cells on the x-axis, what kind of a data I will get? You can see that. So the data I will get it here about X. Is any filters is there? Filters and the slicers you can apply it. So United States and customers country. So you can go ahead and just see to it that that's how the data looks like. If you need to the data labels, you can apply the data labels. So customer country United States, sum of sales is 83 to 8282. This is one of the charts. If you can go ahead in this particular visualizations, there is a legend. So what I can go ahead, I can reshuffle this particular things and let's see any differences I will get. So sales I'm taking in the y-axis and the customer's country I can take in the x-axis. So how the data looks like. So now it's properly looks like, because you can see that this what it's looks like or what in this particular. So this is the sales and this x-axis is coming as the country region, but it's not looks proper. It looks very unprofessional things. So better we can keep the things as it is. So y-axis we can use the descriptive as it is, and this particular cells I taken as the x-axis. Now this is my data. Now the legend, how we can utilize the legend as well. So the legend I can take as here about the legend as the category name. So if I will put sorry, legend is there. Category name, if I will put in the legends, you can see that how the data looks like. So this particular is the country is the United States. Category name is a camping and the hiking. Because we have a lot of categories here. Categories here. Please take a note of that. If you go ahead and remove this particular fields, you can remove that particular stuff as well. This is again, you can go ahead and see this particular category names. Similarly, in the legends, you can go ahead and just remove this particular things. And instead of this, I can go ahead and just take about the uh, order ID. For example, if I will take the order ID, how it's like. So order ID, you can see that order ID also you can take it. So the different combinations you can apply it, or the customer states will look, I think properly how many states. So there is a lot of states are there. So the market region, so better you can go ahead and just verify it. So order quantity I can take it. So that will be the better one. I will get the options for order quantity, religions, order quantity. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this is what we selected, bar chart. So this is my bar chart. I'm taking this particular United States order quantity is 1, and the sum of the cells is obviously, if you want to see the counts, you can go ahead in this particular part and just select with this particular as the count of more options. Sorry, in this particular things, you can go ahead and just select the count about this particular. So now here you will get the count of cells with order quantity ones, and the country or the customers of the country is the United States. This particular things you will get the customer country is United States as it is, but order quantity is 2 and the count of cells is 1672. But the same thing, if I will go ahead and take about this particular stuffs like line charts, this data is not looks like proper. This data or the line charts will when we have to use the line charts. So line chart is something like when we require to see about the trends or how the data looks like, so how the cells going on. according to the date or according to the time convenience, definitely this line charts we can utilize it. 100% we can utilize it. So that's why the line chart is also there, but the line charts will definitely not a good visualization things. So we cannot use the line charts here. So this is one charts I created. Hope you will get the idea like how we created it. So I can take it and keep the things is story. So just see with that. Or I can make, see this is a filter is there, filter there, and any filters or anything is not applied yet. So we can go ahead, keep as it is. You can see that this is a slicer is given here. So if I can go ahead and apply the slicer here or anything, definitely it can be helpful. But I'm not going to apply it till now because we'll have to see when we apply the dashboards and all the things, because we have to see the type of the charts. Here it's also given the small add fields, data types, data fields here, small multiples. If you want to add data fields, keep all filters. So if I will go ahead and just press it, I can keep the things as it is. You can go ahead and just do it the cross reports. So keep the things as it is, keep the things simple. Power Automotive, Power Apps for Power BI is given. So just to see, Apple was down from the laptop, so that's why I just moved to the charts. You can see that this is a slicer. This is the slicer. The new one is also available. So the slicer is there. You can see to it that if you need to see only, you can see that how it's going to be created. Total sales. When I click only this slicer is on this particular part, how it's going to be working here. But obviously we are not looking for the this slicer and all the things. We'll have to see in the upcoming sessions. We have to talk about the charts only. Please try to perform this kind of operations at your end. Hope you are capable to perform the tasks. No need to select it. I will come that time. I will explain it why we need to select it when we have to create the dashboards. Because if we are going to create this particular steps, we will not understand why we created, what effect we can see to it, that when multiple things we are going to create. This is just we are learning, we are understanding about the what exactly the tools we are going to use when while creating the dashboard. So that's why uh, definitely we'll have to see in the upcoming session as well. Uh, if I'm going to taking a fresh the stack column charts, you can see that this is what stack bar chart. This is a column charts. For example, if you are taking here about this is again the similar structure, you can go ahead with this particular stuff. This I can take as it is the cells. For the x-axis, this looks more beautiful or more goods. For example, if I will categorize the x-axis name, okay, but I can take this cells as it is in the y-axis. Let's see that. The data looks like it's very nice. If you need to bigger, you can do the bigger things as well. Data looks like this, like the cells of each categories or each particular things is given. It's totally, you can go ahead and monitor this particular stuff as well. So sum of cells on the y-axis. Obviously, if you need to go ahead and check with the sum of the cells with the uh, count or that particular things, you can do the count as well. In the category names, uh, show items with no data, rename for these visuals or the new groups. If you can go ahead with the new groups, name I can give this top 10. So loading column values. So we'll have to so you can just select randomly. For example, I can select this data like plates. I can select this particular data here. Randomly, I selected here. It's taking a little bit time. So whatever the groups, just a second. So the category names is kept as it is. Yeah. So when I did about the group about this, I can show you this particular stuff. So this is without groups, the category names. Now, when I did a group about this particular stuff, you can see to it that accessories, plates, and all the things will come as it is, because if you can go ahead and check with your groups with this particular data, you can see to it that this is edit groups, accessories as sing TV, baby, baseballs, all the things should be given come as the first for this particular things. Just open it. So this is a group and the members we are getting here. Include other groups. If I will go ahead like this, contains all the things, but if the things is ungroups, so cancel it and we can go ahead. So just like from your data sets, your original data sets, whatever the columns is having, you are just going to titles. Yeah, you can go ahead and just create the titles from here. As I told it in the general, you can go ahead and all text is there. You can go ahead in this title. The title is count of the cells. If you want to change it, you can change this from here as it is. So this is already is given. You can go ahead, format your visuals according to yours and perform the same task according to the requirements. So just take a note of that particular stuffs and perform these operations step by step so that you will get the idea about this. So how we can perform the task or how we can go ahead and just do these operations.
Hi, sir. One doubt actually. So in count, we have two options: count of sales and count distinct in the drop down. So
Yeah,
which
distinct is
one?
what? Yesterday I explained about the count of the distinct value. Yesterday only I
Right.
explained it. Yeah.
So we
So the
can go with
distinct is
the
about,
normal count, or which one we
it's
should say?
about your requirements. If someone is saying
Okay.
that you have to go with the count of the distincts, so obviously you can go ahead with the count with the distincts. If someone is saying that you can go with the count only, so you can go ahead with the count, because yesterday I explained about the unique and the count. The
Yeah.
unique and distincts I already explained it, so
Correct.
it might be happen. So whenever you will get the category numerical data, you will always get the count and the distinct count. So it's totally about your requirements. Distinct is about that's not repetitions is going to be there. And when we talk about the repetitions, because in the sales data, if you can go ahead and just check it from the sales data, total sales or the total sales columns is there. You can see that 130, 130, 130, 130, 130 is too many times is there, right? So when you are going to take about the distinct count, so that's 130, 130, 130, how many times it's going to be counted? Only single times, because it will consider a distinct value, not repeated. So only one time it going to be considered as this. So the distinct count will become as like that. Repeated values will not consider it, and the count will consider all the values or all the records. So hope you understand it about that, Pratik.
Yes, I got it. Yeah. So one
Yeah.
more doubt, like I will share my screen because I'm not getting a number, like where you can see 265. In my chart, I'm not getting the number 265.
Share it, share it, share it.
So yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes, Cecilia.
So in the
Yes.
first chart, like, do I have to select any option for converting it to number?
You can see that there is a card is there. In the visualization,
Mm-hmm.
there is, you can see that uh, donut chart. Can you see the donut charts in the visualizations?
Yeah, this
Below,
one.
below the donut charts.
Okay, okay, got
Yeah.
it. Mm-hmm. Okay, got it. Yeah.
Yeah, Udesh, Patak, you have any doubts? I think you also raise your hands.
So I just wanted to understand, while performing operation on Power Query, we deal with the limited data, right? Like
Mhm.
100 or 1,000 you said yesterday. So
Mhm.
while performing visualization at the same time, do we deal with the same count of limited data, or
No, no,
we deal with the entire
all,
data
it's
set?
all total entire data sets.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay.
In Power Query, you will see the records of 1,000 only
Okay.
when you have to see about the unique values and all the things.
Mhm.
But the operations, whatever you perform, it's going to be applied in all the data.
All right. All right. All right.
Okay, got it.
Mhm.
But when you
Got it.
performing or when you are creating the dashboards or the reports, it is the count of the total sales. Means that all the things about the 53,000 rows or whatever the things is going on. This is for this 53,196 rows. So and 105 distinct values are there. So this is about like the columns I selected the cells. So you can see that only 105 distinct values are there. And the
Mhm.
rest will be the, I can say that repeated are there as well.
Sir, can you please share your screen? I think I have shared
Yeah,
that
yeah,
that time
yeah,
it went away.
yeah. Mhm. Get a border as well if the visual is required. It in the general, you can go ahead and the properties and create it. Mm, is also there. You can apply the padding as it is if required it according to requirements. Visuals is all about the columns. Size, how the size looks like in the advanced options, effects. You can go ahead if visual border is there. Pick the black one is the but border is on. So first you have to on it. This is about the make the conditional formatting as well if required it. But colors and all the things. Example. Sorry. There are a lot of customizations you can see to it that it's not about only one or two things. So the next is I created this bar chart. The same thing if I will take the line chart here. This is not a good visualization. So anyone can understand it. The line chart is always telling about the trends, about that particular time to time, just like you are watching the cricket matches and that time that's when the match is going on, like the 50 overs or the 60 overs or that particular things is going to be happen. Continuously you can see that how the run rate is going up and down. The same thing you can observe it and you can see to it that that particular. The same way you can apply for the date or the period of times, but this chart is very good. You can take the legend as well. Legend. This is see, I created one group here. Now see to it that when I created the category names groups, as I told, that's again I will go ahead with the category names and I will go ahead with the category name of the groups in the x-axis where it's you can see that whatever the category names groups are selected, that's only groups is going to be considered here. So it's totally up to you. You can keep it or delete from the model as well. So it's going to be deleted. So I just deleted this particular things. You can select only like from the, you have the 10 or 12 data means in a columns you have 10 to 12 categorical things so that you can see that you will not getting a data here right now. So you can take the customer city or the, for example, if I will take the customer city. So from the customer city, it will consider as, so first you have to relate it. So from the customer city point of view, you can create it. In the legend, if I will go ahead with this particular as the market regions, what it, how the data looks like. So you can see
Sir,
that
can
the
you explain one more time how to create the group? Like, can we add multiple fields in the group?
can go ahead in the any particular things and create your new groups like the customer city. You can go ahead and create with the new group. You select it according to that, like this, 2, 3 groups. Give this particular name of that particular group as well. It's totally up to you. So I just created this customer city group. So it will taking a time little bit. Done it. Customer city groups. So what I can go ahead and in the x-axis, so this is the count of cells. The legend is given. Market regions. Perform the task in the x-axis. See to it that you are getting the customer city groups. Just we created it about this particular part. So sales data, customer city group is going to be created here. This is when we could do the double click and all the things. You can directly come as the report to that particular columns. Directly you can enter it. Make sure that your system will be smooth and the fast. Otherwise you will get a problem. Take the customer state. So when we are using the question, I come here about like when we are using this charts, we are seeing the different charts here about, for example, like why the line, obviously visualizations you can see to it that as well. Visualization is also there. Visualization you can see to it here. Visualizations you can see to it here and just try to get the idea about as well. But if I'm going to select the line chart here, I will not get the proper output or proper outcomes here. Proper outcomes and proper outcomes means that the understanding you will not get it while creating with the line charts or that particular stuff. So because the line charts will show about the trends. For example, If I will taking about the line chart here, this is my line chart. Again, it's asking about the X and Y axis. Again, I'm taking about the X axis or the Y axis or the cells. So for example, if I'm taking the cells, then there is a order date. So if I will take the Y axis as the order date, you can see the trends. Now this looks very nice. Like here, when we go ahead, it's a count of order date is 5. Uh, this is count of order date is 125 order date. That's it's count. I taken as the count. So please take a note of the count of order date. We taken here. If you can go ahead about this particular in the count of order date, you can see the count distinct show value as, for example, percent of grand totals. It will come as a percent of grand total. You can see to that. So percent grand total of order date is 0.08128. About this is the cells. You can do the vice versa as it is, but the count will be a proper. But I can take as the that will be a very good way. We can see that no calculations. So this line chart will show the trending of that count order of that date is 6261, and you are getting about this sales or that particular analysis. So the line chart is very, very important when we have to show about the trends or the patterns according to the time frame or the date frame kind of a things. Because if you can go ahead and see about the data set here, data set is very, very important. You can go ahead and see to it that this particular order data and all the things. Similarly, order region is there. Uh, order regions. If you want to add the legend, you can add the legend as well as it is. Like a order regions, if I will go ahead in the legends, you can see and it's a different visual as it is like these are the regions. So this is a dynamic way we can see that you cannot go ahead and calculate it manually, just like in Python or that particular, even in Excel as well. Uh, when we are performing the visualizations, we always get kind of the things we have to do the pivot tables and all the things so that we will get the exact count and all the things. But in Power BI, we always get a live things like this. In this particular points, you can say Canada is 5, Caribbean is 428, Central Africa 14, Central America 1525, uh, Central Asia order regions point of view, we can say West Asia is 90 and all the things. For this point, if I will go ahead and just check it, I will get the Eastern Asia 32 and all the thing. Obviously, that this is a uh, legend is already defined it. So repeat. What repeat, please, Aditi Garg, at least you have to comment what exactly you want to. Uh, so then only I can repeat it and provide today's recording. I already communicated with the team that they will provide the recordings about the recordings and all the things, each and everything you will get it. Don't be a panic and all the things. 100% recordings and whatever materials we are using, you will get it. It might be happen from their end, the IDMI end. That's the delay of that particular things might be happen. So sorry for inconvenience, but definitely you will get it all the recording sessions throughout the sessions. Even from my side, I will provide some more materials so that you can study it, you can use it. Even you people can also follow a lot of things, so you will get the ideas and all the parts. So don't worry about what you want to repeat. Just let me know, Aditi Gaur, so I can understand it. Because see, I cannot open the chats again continuously, because if I will open it the chats, so it will be confusing for you people because I share my whole screen here. So if I will open the chats or anything, definitely you will not see the my screen. So that's why, because I not shared only this Power BI. I shared my whole screen. If I will share the Power BI desktop only and I open the chats, I can see the simultaneously both the things. So just please, if you specify the things about like that, what exactly you want to know it, so that I can come to the repetitions, please. So can you cover this part later about relationship? It's very confirm many to one. Is the given in this particular curriculum. So definitely we will cover it about that particular. I will check it, but in today's sessions it is not there. Uh, is given, definitely I will try to cover it. So don't worry about it. This all of the mathematical thinking, many to one, one to many, and many to many about that particular things. Yes, Aditi girls, can you write about like I'm waiting for your queries, like what exactly you want to repeat it. Can you hear me?
Report view, sir, which is done charts.
So this is obviously that's after the ETL we are performing, we loaded this and we came here and we create it. So if you want to create a one more report view, you can create a different charts while taking, for example, this is again the slack bar chart. This is again the slack bar chart. Now what it means, what is the difference you will see to it that, or I can delete this here as it is, and then I can go ahead here only. And this is, I think we selected the slack bar charts. If this data is I'm taking here, this particular 100% slack bar chart means what? What do you understand about it? What difference you can see that? So you can see that it's a percentage. If you can see that 0, 50, and the 100, and if I will go come here in this particular parts, it's about total or the count of cell is given. And when I will take about this 100%, so it's about the percentage basis. Similarly, this is about the slack column, stack column chart. And when I will take about the 100% stack column charts, again, it will come as the percentage. So please take a note of that, see to it that the here it's, you can see that 0, 50%, 100%. So if something you want to calculate on a percentage basis or that particular stuffs, definitely it will be helpful for you. So you can use about the percent charts or the stack charts if the actual value you need it, like the count or the sum or that particular subs, definitely you can go ahead and calculate it according to that. So this is very important part. Please take a note of that. Sometimes this clients ask about like that we need in a percentage which is not the exact count about, because why the percentage is important, because sometimes it might be happen like you have this very small value or sometime it might be a very large value. So showing about the 10 1 lakh or the 1 cr or 10 cr or 1 lakh cr about that particular thing should be a very difficult on these x axis or the y axis. And when we are going to show with the percentage, like this was the actual data, and from that the 50% is covered by this area, and the rest 60%, rest 30% covered by this area, and the rest of the things or the rest of the amounts will be covered by this area. So the percentage will be the better options, and we can say that the percentage is always useful whenever we go ahead and perform with the smaller data as well as the bigger data as well. So hope everyone understand it till here. Whatever we did it, just simple charts we are just going to see. Once that particular thing is done, I will show you about like how we can do the append and merge the data. So I'm just taking 10 minutes break here. So sharp at 1 p.m. we are going to resume the sessions. So please take a note of that particular stuff. So you will never get any problems. Till that time, you can just go through. You can create different charts. Try to create it this cluster column chart. You can see that. So I just created the column charts for this data. I will come to the explanation of that particular things as well, but till now, keep the things as it is. So there are a lot of charts are available. So we'll see in the after 10 minutes, sharp 1 PM, we will resume the sessions. Till that time, you can also take a break. Okay, welcome back to again in the sessions. We'll proceeding with the further part so that we can perform the multiple tasks as well. So already we saw about the stack charts of that three to four things: stack bar chart, stack column chart, stack clustered. So it's a cluster is also the same things about like when we have to see the different groups, how its data looks like. So obviously we can use the different things as it is. So I just created here about this. For example, if I will take as it is the cluster chart here, one of these things, cluster charts. So cluster charts, if you can see that it's showing about that the different groups. The similar kind of things we can see that like the in the United States, it's showing about like the order quantity is once, and this is order quantity two, this is order quantity three, this is order quantity four, five about this particular thing. Similarly, you can also represent the same data with the help of the cluster chart or the clustered visualizations way. You can take the different data. For example, if I'm taking on the y-axis as the customer state. So the customer states and obviously we have only one data with this profit per order. I can take it in the x-axis uh, of that particular stuff. So how this particular part is going to be looks like. So you can go ahead and just check it. This is a PR. This is obviously our our data. It looks like about the sum of profit per order for this PR because customer states we are taken here about this particular thing. So we can come to here, and if we add the legend, legend says I can use about the market region. So market region is with the bigger data, so I can take the smaller data. So I can take the order ID. I can take this particular thing as this in the legends. So the order ID as it is. So when I will take this, still it's order ID. It's a bigger one, so it will not comes in that particular part. Order quantity, I can take it and try to this in the legends. So you can see that this data is looks like this particular part. You can just try to open it and try to make a bigger and try to understand it. This particular blue here, it's a combined part. You can see to it that here it's a different, the clustering, different groups is already created. Like the order quantity group is one, what order quantity group. So the blue is the order quantity one of that particular things, and the or that's the dark blue is obviously the two order quantity, the orange is three, the purple, then pink is this, all the things is going to be created randomly. So you can just try to understand here it's a combined things is given in the one bar. There is a order quantity and all the things will be given and the country as it is, but here you can see that it's the whole line is like this is order quantity one line. You can see to it that this is order quantity one line, customer state PR sum of profit one. But the PR is also having the order quantity. You can see that order quantity three as it is. But that totally a different or the separate cluster is created. Clustering means it's a grouping. So hope you aware it about what you mean by the cluster and all the things. So this is not a new thing. But when we have to use this particular thing, so when we have the uh, specific things or specific groups data, we have to present it like the, for example, like the PR, how much the PR is going to be perform in the profit order or that particular stuff. So in order quantity basis or the legend basis, so we can use about the clustering order or this particular kind of clustered bar chart. This is obviously clustered column chart. This is, you can see that this is a horizontally things. This is a vertical things, just like here, the stack bar chart. Similarly, stack column charts. Obviously, there is a percentage thing is also given here. So just remember it. If I can just remove the legend here, so the data looks more proper and more good. So for understanding point of. So this is something we are getting here about this particular stuff. Now I can go ahead and taking about this particular, or for example, this is my data. This is again, I can take data here about this, and there is you can see that this is a pie chart. If I will go ahead and click on a pie charts, you can see the pie chart is also created. So, but make sure that in a pie charts, when we are going to create about the pie charts, in pie chart, we always remember it, there will be a no more a lot of category should not available. So we should always take care about, like, for example, I'm just going to create about this uh, do this pie chart here, the separately, so that we can understand it with this particular part. So just like the category name is how it's the data looks like. The category name data is looks like would be the bigger one. So how many things is going to be customer cities? That's too many cities are there. So we have to see the data who is having the market region is how many things is going to be given. Yeah. So market region is there. So I can go ahead and take the market region first of all here. So the legend, first of all, we have to take the market region. So we have to find the market region here in this particular market region. So we have to add in the legends market regions, and there I can take the cells values. I can take these cells. So you can see this particular that's it looks properly or the proper it's looks like this particular data is looks properly so that you can understand that's. But if we have the more categories, so obviously the more categories and you go ahead with the either donut charts or the bar charts, obviously it's very difficult to understand about that particular things, because the more category the colorize or the colors would be going to be affected or affected about this particular things. Like if instead of these market regions, if I will go ahead and take the customer instead of the customer country, I can take the customer city. You can see the in the legends. Now it's very difficult to understand. So this time, obviously, we cannot go through with this pie chart or that particular stuff. So that's why I told that when we have the minimal categories and those categorical data is available, and you when you create about that particular part in pie charts, and able to understand and able to justify or able to explain to your stakeholders or to your teammates, so definitely you can use about the uh, pie chart. Otherwise, the problems you will always face about for the understanding of the pie chart as well. Similarly, this is pie chart. If I can go ahead with the donut charts, you can see that donut charts, the region is completely separated with the circular part about the donut charts is obviously that area is going to be colored with the LATAM or the Europe or the Pacific, Asia, Africa, and all the things is going to be available. Similarly, if you can go ahead about like this GOG, if I will take the GOG, you can see that the GOG I can take not take out the sum of the cells. In the GOG only we have to utilize about the minimum values or the maximum values about that particular thing. So obviously this for this total sales on all the things, so definitely we require to see about like to the GOG and all the things. So please remember it. This is also the represent or visualizations representations. Now one more thing is the ribbon chart is there. I can go ahead with the ribbon charts. Uh, Please try to do this things, because when we will go ahead with these creations of the when we are going to perform some operations or some creation of these. So please take a note of that particular part. Just adjusting the things. So you have to create the such a way so that a lot of things we can adjust it. So that's why I just created it. Now there is a one more thing, line charts. This is the area chart. For example, if you can take it's the area chart here. This is maximum time the statistical persons are using the area charts about this. Now area wise, obviously we have the market regions. I can take the x-axis or the y-axis about the market regions for this particular part. And if I will go ahead with the cells with the y-axis, see this particular secondary y-axis is also there. You can use the secondary y-axis. For example, I can take about the order ID or that particular order quantity in the secondary y-axis. So this is a sum of cells you will get about this particular things, and sum of ID legends according to your requirements. You can take the legends, or I can take the profit per order secondary. this particular things. You will get it, and this I can take the order quantity as the legends. That's why it's not coming order quantity as legend. Okay. So it's already the summations things is there. So I can take the what I can take here. Market region is already is taken. So I cannot take the market regions. Market regions, I can take the legend here. Market regions. Customer country. I can take the customer country, the legends. This particular part. So obviously the data is very huge, so we cannot go ahead with this. So because it will not looks like that particular thing. So it's will clearly showing about this market regions, about this particular part. So this is a Europe. You can see it with that. You can see that sum of profit order, sum of Europe about this. All the things you can see to it that it's talking about the European countries or the Europe regions as it is. So now it looks properly. So the Pacific Asia, Latam, Europe, Pacific Asia, Africa, and USCA about this particular part you are getting here. So just remember it. You have to create according to this particular part. So this is the area wise it's going to be representing. For example, if you can see to it here, that's 2 million in the Europe about the profit order. It's going to be show here about this particular point. Visualization, see through that when you're clicking, it's going to all the things is affected. Obviously, we are not connected single things here, but the things or the sum of the cells or the profit or that particular value is already there. So that's why it's going to be there. So we have to just remember it how it looks like. The more dynamic way we can present these things to the stakeholders, so the better way we can get the understanding as well. So this is something area charts. This is stack area charts. Obviously, this is area. If you can go ahead and check it with this particular stack area, you can see that there's stack area as well about this particular. This is also 100 percentage percentile based the stack area. We will get it. And if you can go ahead and check it with this particular, you will see this stack area charts or the percentage basis because 0, 50, 100%, you can see to it that. So all are the same, only the percentage and all the things you will get it. Obviously, this is a line and stack column charts. For example, you created this particular charts here, and here I can take the out of the order regions. Order regions, I can take it, and instead of order regions, I can take the legends as the market regions. I can keep this particular part out here, make it a little bit bigger. So obviously this color is going to be presenting you about this particular things. Now, this is your data. Now, if I'm going to check with the lines about this particular things or this particular as the line and cluster column charts. So that means the line will comes when we have to perform it about this, or if I will take it this particular and performing it in line charts about this. So still I'm not getting. So at line y-axis, okay. So the area is obviously the field we have to do it. So if I will take as the line y-axis as the so this is I can delete it this particular part. So just see to it that this particular stuff, or you can take any one. You can see the line. So this line is representing about the time, about like this count of sales versus the customer states we taken. Instead of the customer states, I can take the smaller one. Customer states, I can take the market regions. I can, well, it's a market regions. Column legends, I can also keep it out, and market regions, I can take it. Let it leave it about the legends and all the things. I don't want the legends. This is the best way we can understand it. So I created this particular stuff here. Like Latam, this is about like this line is order date. It's going to be changing. You can see to it that it's going to be changing here to here about this particular stuff. Like here, what's we are getting order count of order dates to, and here it's going to be again changing from the point to point. Pacific Asia, as you can see that 4535, and till here you can see that. So when we have this already created, how I can give one best example or a better example about the cricket matches. Once the opposite team or the first team is batted, the second team is going to be uh, performing the task. So sometime we can use the already bar chart is created. Their over boys like 1 to 20 overs, how they batted or the first team batted, and how the second team is batting continuously right now. So we can use the line charts. So with the period of times or period of overs, how the opposite team scored, how was he scored, like this is a first over, he scored about 20 runs. Then when he batted, how he scored and how we are getting the run as well. So this is the way we can use about this line charts or bar line chart as well. This is very, very important about the ribbon charts. This is also one of the things we have to remember it.
So
Uh,
for the line chart, the legend, which one we have taken? For the line-
what happened?
For the line chart, in the legend, which field we have taken?
The line, I'm not getting your question. Please, can you repeat?
Yeah, in the line chart, if you can go back on the previous screen, in the line chart which you have showed us, the legend, which field we have to take for the legend in the top right chart, line chart.
We want to create a line charts.
Wait, I'll just share my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yeah, so for this chart I was referring to in the legend means I can see only single color over here, but in your chart there are multiple colors. So in this column legend, which field I need to drag from here?
Cannot see that the multiple colors in my particular part. You have to add the legends and just check it like the legends. Definitely it will come as a different colors. The legends.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So
Then
this is
then the
correct.
multiple categories would be theirs, and obviously it will show
Hmm.
represent with the different colors. And if there is a no multiple categories would be theirs, then how it going to be show about you the multi different colors.
Okay, so whatever we want, we can drag in the legend.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
legend is nothing but it will like it will give us uh, uh, okay, it will individually it was
Yes.
divided that
No,
region
no.
with
For
these
example,
colors.
you just I can just explain it. You taken which X and Y? What X and Y you taken?
In X I have taken market region
Market regions, and the
and
Y we take
Y sum of
uh,
sales,
sum of sales. And
column
suppose if
axis.
someone is yeah, if someone will ask about like that, say he want to see the uh according to the I can say that that we created about the order quantity base. Like on the
Hmm.
basis of order quantity, I want to visualize like that's how the thing is worked. So in that particular part, in that particular parts, we'll have to utilize to see about the legend as it is. So just remember it about this particular part. Like different things, different requirements should be there. So in the legend is basically we are using to represent about the more categorize. Like
Mhm.
here we are going to see about only two things like sum of cells and the uh, uh, count of or the market regions. But when legends will comes, legend will more categorize the things.
Okay. Okay. Got it. So,
More
and you
category.
had explained one about slicer. So, means how it is useful, like advantage of using, how can we use the slicer? I missed
Something
that
like
part.
slicer. That part obviously slicer. I think
Yeah,
it's
I think you
available
have
in
given
your
one
visualizer
example.
is slicer. I have not covered anything slicer because I'm
Uh,
not just I click
okay.
on the randomly data. That's already the
Hmm.
data is connected with the cells data. So
Okay.
whenever you have to click on any particular value, it's going to be already affected without any adding about the slicer or the filters. If I'm going to click anywhere, it's going to be whole data or whole charts is going to be affected. So that way, actually I explain it. I have not used any slicer yet.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you can take at later point.
No, when we are going to create, when we will see about the creating the dashboards for one data sets, that time almost 70 to 80% all the functions will be covered in that while creating the dashboards. But these are the very common things, so that's we have to remember it and we have to understand it about that particular way. The curriculum is designed by the IDM, so that's why we are moving towards according to that. So till now we are seeing about the even I shown about this bar chart. Sorry, bar chart. My mistake. That is I can talk about this as the pie charts, donut charts. Now we are coming here and we'll have to see about the this is a ribbon. This is a ribbon here. So this is a ribbon charts. Again, I'm talking about. So you can see that x-axis, y-axis is given. So for example, x-axis I can take as the what I can do as the x-axis here. I will take the market region. So in the x-axis, if I will take as the country name or the customer, no, customer country. If I will take the customer country and the y-axis, obviously we have the cells. So the data looks like this, United States. And so instead of the customer country, I can take the customer segment. Yeah, that looks more good. Customer segment and legends I can take as the market regions. So this is also one of the way we can visualize the things. We can more categorize the things like the regions, Asia, Pacific, on all the things. It's completely about like this a ribbon kind of a things is going to be created. And this particular thing, so you can specifically, you can this all the visualizations you can perform it. But the different way visualize when we have to prove in front of the stakeholders or in front of the organizations, they will get the better understanding about like this. See, when I can go ahead and I can see this is a different color, three colors like this particular in one particular bar, you can consider it. This bar or this particular, it's consumers. We can take it. The x-axis already be taken as the customer segment or the consumers. This is sum of total sales. If I'm taking as the count of that particular part, so count of the sales about this count of sales for the consumers in the particular respective Pacific Asia or this particular, it's very easy to calculate. So this is one of the advanced things we can utilize this particular part. You can see that how the ribbon is going to be dropping in to reach to the home office. You can see that this is a home office on x-axis is a home office and this is a Europe and this is obviously Latin. No other countries, or there is a small is about the Pacific Asia, but the USCA is there or not, I don't know about that particular stuff as well. So just remember it. There is a different visualizations we can use. Its waterfall chart is also there. You can use the waterfall chart as it is. For example, this is a waterfall. If I will go ahead with the waterfall, you can see the waterfall chart. This is a more easiest way we can understand it. This is increase, decrease, total, others. This is the consumer, USCA, Africa, Pacific Asia, if you corporate, USCA, Africa. That means what actually this given is a customer segment is given. This is a customer segment is given, and obviously in the category customer segment breakdown is the market regions, and count y-axis there is a count of cells. So this is a customer of segment. You can see that consumers, their things you can see to it that this is a decrease symbol, this is a total, this is the other symbol. So there will be a no increase, no decrease, or a no increase and no others. No others you can see to it that only we are getting about like decrease and the totals. So this is about the decrease. This is, you can see that this particular part is representing about this particular as the decrease in the Pacific Asia. This is again the market region Europe, consumer count of sales 11181, corporate count sales equals, so count of sales change -4728. So when we have to see that whether the increasing the segmentation or the clustering is increasing or decreasing, obviously we can use the waterfall as well. So just remember it, the waterfall, even we have these different charts is available. This is obviously, if I will take it, this particular we can called as the scatter as well as this particular we can called in. You can see that this is a funnel kind of a things. So funnel is also we can use it to visualize that data. You can see that the consumer customer segment consumers count of sales 27445% of first 100. This is 59% of previous, percent of first. You can see that percent of first and percent of previous. So this is something we are getting about to see the different visualizations here. Tree map is also one of the things. You can see that the tree map, like the in the home office, the as if you can see that the values are taken as the count of cells here. Details is the market regions, and category is the customer segment. So customer segment, you aware it in the customer segment. If you can go ahead in the columns about the customer segment. So obviously the three customer segments you will see to it here about consumers, corporate, and the head office. Uh, but the similarly, if you can go ahead with the market regions, that's already defined by the market regions, LATAM, Europe, and other ways. So LATAM. So this is a more easiest way we can understand. This is a tree way. This is like about this. The region, you can see that the LATAM. This region is the LATAM, count of sales 1321. You can see that this is a region is a Europe, consumer as it is. So this all the things will be remembered as the consumer with the different market regions like the LATAM, Europe, Pacific, Asia, Africa. This is a corporate area. You can see that the corporate as the customer segments, and the region as it is LATAM, Europe, Pacific, Asia, and the Africa. This is the third customer segment as the, or the third cluster of the third group about I can talk as the home office, that's LATAM and the Europe and the difference. So this is a more easiest way we can understand or we can explain to the customers or to your stakeholders like what exactly they are looking and what exactly the things are going on. So hope you understand it and you. Yes, LATAM is. So yeah, Natarajan, totally right. Absolutely right. It's about. So we can use the tree map as well about this. You can use the map. Obviously, you can use the map as well. For example, if I will delete it, this particular. So map and file visuals are disabled. To enable them, go to the file option setting options global. So you have to go with this particular, follow this options and settings, go to the options. So just a minute, it will come it. Options, you can go ahead with see with the globals is you can might see about the global somewhere. The globals, I just seen about the global. Hello, Power Query editors, visualizations is there. Data notes of type detection, solve data columns, type headers, background data, parallels, timeline, caching. So clear. Query patterns, updates. So, okay, we have to see in the upcoming sessions this particular part. Because this will be, I think, disabled by my system. So you can, so map and fill and it's got disable the enable item security. That's we have to go ahead and check it. Since the options, please follow the same step. Security. So use map. Let me walk it. I can take the different one. So clicking with this global, picking with these market regions, I can take it. You can see that it's coming. Hope everyone can see this particular part when I just enable it. Earlier it was disabled, so that's why I was not getting about market regions. So the locations, this is a market regions, I get it. Latitude, longitude, bubble size is also is given about. Obviously, we'll have to see with this other data as it is. Locations, or I can take the customer city if I will take it, whether it will work or not. That's we have to try it. So you can see that how it looks like. Very nice. That's why the Power BI is. You can see it that if you go ahead, it's a customer city Yonkers, market region is Latin. So you can see to it that as Natarajan you just told about that it's a Latin American countries. So yes, you can see to it that this particular things market regions we are getting. If I will go ahead with the Pacific Asia. So just zoom it. So obviously the internet speed is going to be affected. Pacific Asia is you will get it about this particular part, or I can take the Europe directly.
Sir, can you show in the options which what we have to enable? It's
Ah,
not
yeah,
loading for
coming,
me.
coming. Yes.
Okay,
Just one, give me 2 minutes.
okay.
So you can see that United Kingdoms. Actually, it's totally depends on the internet speed and all the things. So you can go ahead and just check it, this particular part. So you will get it, the idea about. So better, this is, I'm not moving towards to continue about. I deleted. You can go ahead in the all, please follow. My screen is visible with everyone and you can easily see my screen. So go to the option and settings and the options. In the options and settings, go to the options and settings. Go to the security. When you enter the security, so you can go ahead with open this map and field map visuals. You have to just check mark, tick mark this. Use ArcGIS for Power BI. If required, then take it. Otherwise, don't take it. Still, if you are not going to take it, so you can take it this particular part. So, for example, this is the way you can utilize it for this particular data. If I will go ahead, this you can see with that. I just taken for this data. So for the consumers, if you can go ahead, North America, Europe, corporate. This is not actually it's working, but if you go ahead with this clear separate one, creating the separate one, definitely it will work out. Like locations or the legends. Legends I can write as the customer segment. I can write it. Customer segment. in the legends, customer segment, in the market regions, I can write as the locations. Hope my screen is visible with everyone properly. I just make it bigger.
Oh, yes, sir. Actually, I enabled that option, but still
Yeah, it is
it's not
visible.
working for me.
So you can see
Enable.
that visualization, the same thing you cannot do in the Python or the different way, because this is a very nice things is given in the Power BI. So in the data analysis, like the LATAM, this is a customer segment, home office. This is again, you are getting about this particular, you can see to it that you can go ahead and just find out this particular step. You can go ahead and if you, for example, if I will look only the home office or the corporates, all the things is going to be combined here. Customer segment, consumers, the three things is going to be given here. So you can apply it and you can see to it that according to this particular, so all the regions is going to be showing me about Asia, Europe, Africa, North America. So all the things is going to be shown. So you can use this kind of a map as well when you have to geography. So this is a field map. If I will go with the field map. So this map, if you use it, this is a field map and this is completely filled by that's which particular things is going to be. You can see this particular line. Azure map is by default is Azure. So obviously we have to do the Azure's login. Uh, so please take a note of that. If you have the Microsoft Azure's accounts, you can use it according to that. So hope different visualizations we saw here. And this is very important for the understanding point of view, because when we are going to create about dashboard, sometimes we are confused like why the things is are not working. Just a second, anyone commented in the chats. What happened? The party guys are after enabling map visuals and security, it's not working for me. Maps are not loading.
Yeah,
Remove
yes, sir.
visuals and apply. Again, we are
Share my
still
screen.
same. Share it. Let's see why it's not loading. What error you are getting?
So I'm getting this map and field visuals are not enabled for your organization. So I've already gone to options
No, no.
and in
So you are
security.
using your personal laptop or what?
Yeah, personal.
Mhm.
Using my personal laptop. So after this, uh, in the security, I have enabled the use map and field visuals.
Map visuals. Okay.
Yeah,
Still, it's not working.
still it's not. So I delete this and if I do it again, uh, it's not. Coming. Do we need to do any other setting or this is enough? That region.
No, no. This is the only setting is there.
Okay.
The first one, it's working.
No, this is
First
a
map
waterfall
is
chart.
working or not?
Sorry, which one?
For the field, that map, you can see that
Mm-hmm.
there is one more map is there. You have to select that map.
I have selected this one. Field. Okay, okay. So
No,
this
no.
one yours. Okay, this one. Okay. Uh,
Still, it's not working.
no, both are not working. Yeah.
Better you can do one time restart your Power BI and
Mm-hmm.
do it again and just check it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try that.
So this is all the parts we have to see according to the curriculums, the KPIs and all the things. Card and KPI in Power BI, slicer and filters. That's all the things we have to cover it. So the different charts actually, but I come to here and reach here. Unfortunately, by default, I have to show this 8 to 10 charts only. But I come and shown about this particular things. But obviously, you can go ahead and perform this particular task later on as well. That will be easy. So this was about today's sessions. The first part we saw is the simple charts in Power BI. Now I'm going to show you about the append queries in these particular parts. So in Power BI, let's try to do and create about now. See, this is something is done it at my end. If I will go ahead here, models, I will take it in the next sessions because when I will take with the different data sets, then only it's going to be possible. In the one data sets, it's not going to be understandable because the data set should be connected together. So if I will go ahead with this particular part as the publish, do you want to save your changes? Save it. So working on it, whatever you think you created, it's going to be moving towards. So it's my workspace. You have to create a workspace here. Please take a note, select it. My workspace. So publishing ETL to Power BI. Power BI. So you are publishing your workspace. So you can see that open ETL paybacks in Power BI. When I click it, automatically I will go ahead here in my window. That's Microsoft Fabric will automatically opens. This is obviously I'm working with the cloud stacks. So this ETL one is automatically is going to be published here. You can just see to it this particular part so that you will get the idea about because Microsoft Fabric is we are using whatever we created, we are going to see here and we can perform the task as it is. So just see to it that so that you will get the idea like how we can publish about because in a curriculum it is given like how you have to do the publish and all the thing visualizations already we saw that modeling is only remaining. So modeling will have to see the next session next time or next week when we are going to see about more complex of the data. So you can see to it that how we can publish it. So this subscribe to reports, edit if required, you can do it. I will do is the Copilot. The Copilot is not available for this reports. So if you export this, analyze in Excel's PowerPoint PDF, you can export it. If you want to file, you can download these files. You can go and do the settings according to your. So this is a simple charts one I created. From that, you can go ahead. This is my workspace. So this is my workspace. In the workspace, you can go ahead, what it, whatever you are going to perform it, so you can perform the task. So just like I did, I created, if I can go ahead and perform this operations to move or this particular filters or different options is there. So you can do it according to your choice of the requirements. You can go ahead and just delete it. You can delete it this particular part as well. Permanently, it's going to be deleted. So this is a Power BI extra Power BI service I'm using, app.power BI. So how we can publish it? So later I will create it. So how we can do the publish, please take a note of that. Now taking the new one. So closing this particular part of this Power BI. So I just close it, this Power BI. Hope everyone understand it, how we can create the charts. So can you please redo publish? Yes, you can go and publish it again. It not any problems. You can publish multiple times. That's not a uh, you can do it. Now again, I can go ahead with the Power BI here. I have two data sets. That first the Power BI desktop. I have not shared any file here yet. Please take a note. Once I will share it, I will share it. And don't worry. I use the previous file only. So I have not used any uh, different file or anything. So please take a note of that particular. So this is a home. You can see to it that you have it yesterday also we got the same. So blank report if I will go ahead. Now two data sets I'm going to taking care. I will come to your questions. Just allow me. I have to share the files first of all. So sharing with this file, just 2 minutes in your groups. WhatsApp group, please take a see to it that just sharing it. Just see to it that can you please tell difference between semantic model.
So actually my question was when we publish the file two in the workspace, we could see two type of files. One is report and one is semantic model. So I was confused, like what is the meaning of semantic model? Two files are generated.
Yes. So it's about the semantic model and the report lies in the purpose and structure using the I can say that processing and the presentations. When you're talking about the semantic models, so like you are going to represent and interpret the meaning of a data within a specific context, I can say that. And the report, I can say that present data in structure format. So, or summarizing, visualizing informations to support decision making. So one was there about like that. It's in a semantic format you might seen about, and two one was it was in the proper report format was there. So that's why you seen about two things, because already we open in the Power BI desktop and one was we already publish it. So that's why you might seen about two different kind of stuffs. My screen is visible or not
No, sir, I think it should stop sharing. Yeah.
now? So I just shared two
Yeah,
data sets. Please
now
take a
it's
note
visible.
of that. Yeah, two data sets I shared it. The data set, that simple part we are going to see here uh, about merge and append are the two very important part. We can say that. So first of all, let's we have to insert or the get data Excel workbook. I can go ahead in my folder of your workshop DPT. So load it. Sorry, I can do it together. That's not an issue. So it's a very small database data set. We already taken it. Department and all the things. One more data I can go ahead and taking the Excel workbook. Right. Merge is there, but PPT with this rename. So these are the two data sets I taken here. You can see to it that this home, I can go ahead with the transform the data. The DEPT and this particular part you might seen about here. So first we are going to see about the merge and all the things here together. So I can close this particular column quantity. So imp I am taking the first one in the DPT, or it's up to you. That's the way whatever the order would be there. So the employee, you can see that, or I can keep as it is employee. Otherwise, might be confused about like what's the thing is we are getting here. So DPT employee, DPT employee. In the employee, that's employee ID, employee name, department ID, salary, and the gender. Merge how it's possible in SQL as well. The merging is there. How when the merging is possible, when any particular column should be common, then only the merge is be possible. So just like here, the department names and department ID is there. So department ID is there. An employee is also the department ID is there. So that means there is possibility we can go ahead and we can perform this particular part as well. So first of all, that's I can go ahead with this. I click here and I can go ahead in the home of that. There is a merge. You can see that merge queries. But if I will go ahead with the merge queries, you can see to it that it will come as it is a merge queries and all the things. So I can go ahead with the merge query as a new. So please take a note of that. Otherwise, this in the same particular thing is going to be created. So I'm going and performing the merge query as new here. There are a lot of options are available. So merge query as a new, I moved here. So you can see that EMP is there. So selecting EMP, the first one. Here I'm selecting the DEPT. You can see that now, if you can see that EMP and the EMP is your first Excel and DMP. So, but both the things having the department ID. So you can select the department ID here. Here you can see that left outer. This is about total SQL. Left outer is what it's telling that's all from first matching from second. Left outer, right outer, all from second matching from first. Full outer, all rows from both. Inner only matching rows. Left anti rows only in first. Right anti, we will get about that particular stuff as the what I can say that Those only in the second. So first we can go ahead and perform about the left outer here. Fuzzy logic is also there, but we cannot move into the fuzzy logic. So, but left outer, we are taking just like the SQL. It's a very simple concept. We can already, those who are working in the SQL or that particular part, they are aware it. But those who are new, they never saw such a things. Obviously, they get a little bit of confusions. So, but don't worry, I will try to explain, try to get you so that you get the understanding as well. That particular left outer. I can come here, the left outer here. So you can just see to it that I'm getting the merge one. And when clicking OK, I will get the merge one. See to it that merge one. This completely employee ID. As you can go ahead in the employee ID as it is. The same thing is, and you are getting the department. You can see to it that. So with the help of the departments, you will get department ID is there, salary is there, everything would be there. Okay. But here, when I will go ahead in the department ID, you will get this. He's asking like which column you want to keep it is. So department ID is already I have it. You can see that. Department ID is already I have it. So why should I will go ahead with the department ID? I can go ahead with this department name only. So I can keep it as a department name about this particular as it is. So just see to it that how I did it. You can also perform the task. So just like accounts and all this department name you are getting here, or you can rename it this particular as it is. Double click it. Or I can write as the DPT name. So DPT. But the left outer joins, can anyone come and say that's what do you mean by the left outer join? Or have any idea about?
All columns from the first table and the matching column from the second one.
All columns from the first table. First table means employee is your first table. Because I selected and I went to the merge queries and department is my second table. So I'm getting about this. The value I'm getting in the merge one. All column in the first table. So that's we are getting here. So we have to find out. Obviously the column is increases. One column is increases when we have to did about the merging the columns. We'll have to check it what exactly the left outer joins, because if one I can explain it definitely second one you will get the idea about that particular thing. But you can see that when we have the multiple data sets, how we can do this particular task, it's a very important. So I can give this name as the left outer join. Merge I can give as the left outer join. So left outer join.
Hi, sir. I'm facing a issue. OK button is disabled. I'm not able to merge the two tables.
It might be your Power BI problems. Otherwise, you added both the data sets
Yeah, I've added both the data set in Power Query.
and have so it might be problems. I can check it. I have to finish this, then I can check it with your
Okay.
task. Don't worry. So left outer join, I created one table. Similarly, I can go ahead and create about the right outer join so that we can understand about what do you mean by the left outer joins and the right outer join as it is. So I can go ahead with this. So left outer join is there. So coming to this particular merge queries as new. So, but here I'm taking as not taking this column, I'm taking department. The first column is the first table is my department. And the second one is obviously the employee earlier when I created. So this is a EMP. Left outer joins we created. Now I'm going to create it. Left outer joins. Earlier what I created, the left outer join, but the first table or the first data set I taken as a employee, and the second I EMP, and the second I selected the DEPT, and I'm getting this left outer joins. So this
Sir,
is
on which
again
column did you select in the first? Which column we have to use?
coming to that. Just wait. I will not did it. Okay. So this department, obviously the same column is going to be selected only here. So department. So here you can see that 13, the selection matches 13 of 18 rows from the first table. The selections matches 13 of 18 rows from the first table. First table means this particular table. And when I click it okay, I will get it about this. So you can see that department. This is also I applied the left outer join, but department is my first table and the employee is my second table here. And I'm getting this particular value here. You can see that employee. So here, if I will go ahead and I can check it, I can get a lot of things like because the second table I utilize as the employee. So I can select all. I'm taking only employee name, for example. So you can see that department ID and all the things. You can go ahead and just check it. But here, when you go ahead with the left outer join and check it for this particular part, for example, department names with the employee names, you can see to it that how many columns are going to be utilized here. Or I can show you this step again so that you will get the better understanding. So for example, if I will go ahead with the merge query as a new, take the employee as the first table and department as the second one. Employee is the first and department as the second one. Selecting department ID here, left outer kept as it is, left outer. Here you can see that 38 of 39 rows from the first tables. So the selection matches is 38 of 39 rows from the first tables. And when I created when I selected department and here employee and the department ID, it's showing me the selection matches of 13 of 18 rows from the first table. So just try to understand about this particular stuff. This is a very, very important part because people are just doing this left join, right join. If I will go ahead with the right joins, it will come as the same 13 of 18 rows. But when I will change here, it's a department and it's again the employee, the same department ID, it will come as a 38 of 39 when I will go ahead write words about this particular part. So employee, department, this part, taking as the left outer. So you can see to it that left outer. So this is, I can give the name as the left outer EMP and DEP. This is again the left outer, DPT. DPT table is first and EMP table as this second. So just check it, left outer. Just check it. So how we can do the merging and all the things is possible. So obviously the table is increases or the one column is increases here department. You can go ahead and select already department ID is there. So you can select only the department names. You can rename it about this particular things as the only the department name. So you will getting about the department name as it is. So this is, you can see that employee name. So you can go ahead and check only about the employee name. So you can see to it that about this particular stuff, both the left outer joints, but when I change the positions of the table, how it's going to be affected. So this is the way we can do it. The merging of that particular parts, merging the queries. You can do lot of way the mergings, lot of options are available. You can go ahead and just perform the merge queries as a new and performing the tasks. I'm taking the employee again the first, department again the second, but here I'm taking as the full outer, taking the department and department as it is. So again, you are getting 13 of 39 rows. Can this particular thing is going to be possible? Same type. So when the column is not same type, the join is not possible. Please take a note of that particular. So the column should be the same types, then only the merging is possible. And in the mergings, 38 of 39. Similarly, if I will change from here department to employ depart this CPID full outers, 13 of 18 rows, you'll get the same about and try to understand about this particular stuff. You will get the documentations. You can search it, make a Google is your best friend. Always make a Google is your best friend instead of Chat GPT or anything. Like if you can go ahead and check it about left outer in Power BI. You can go ahead directly. You will go to the documentation. No need to read any particular website or anywhere. Always remember it, use or refer the documentations. How the thing is going to be possible. This is a left table, or I can say the first table. Uh, and this is the right tables. The ID, country ID. When we are performing the left outer is here, we can see to it that how the thing is going to be possible. So country ID is coming here about 1, 2, 3, 4. It's coming here about those particular things. So just like the cells, this table includes the field date, country ID, units, country ID is a whole number value. Now countries, so the country is there. Now ID column is going to be matched here. So ID column is there, same it is there. You can see to it that the ID. So we can do this particular things and apply this particular as the goal is to create a table, the following where the name of the country appears as a new country columns. And all the things, the country ID, you can see that. How it's going to be done it. You can see that left outer, right outers, full outer, inner, left entry, right entry. You can see the left outers means there is a common in between. According to the Venn diagram, try to understand about this particular stuff. But if you can go ahead and check it with the left anti, the common is going to be completely out. You can see to it that the common is completely out here in this particular things. For example, the examples we taken here about where is my the examples we taken here about, if you can go ahead and just check about to create it. This is a left employee and departments. The same I'm going to create as the merge queries. Sorry, merge query as a new, merge query as a new, left outer not, merge query as a new. So employee first, then I can take as a DPT, department ID. I can take as a left anti. Going to, so 38 of 39 from the first table. It's going to be, you have to just see to it this particular part. So left entry rows only in first. And what it's saying that left are all from first matching from the seconds. If there is a match from the seconds, it will take it. Otherwise, keep the things is out. Keep as it is. So please take a note of that particular things. That is a very, very important. But when I will take the left anti is saying that rows only in first or in first table only, not from the second. So that is the scenario we have to create it. If I'm going to create it with this particular parts, it's again going to be coming here about this output here. So just see to it that this is we created about this particular left entry. here about, and we are created this particular left entity, and from the department, if you can go ahead, already we have the department, so we can keep it as the department names. So you can see that that's the null we are getting about this particular output. Similarly, if you are go ahead and just create about this particular as the left entity, or if you can go ahead with this merge queries as the new DPT, you can go ahead with the DPT and employ. Same ID you taken it's and taken as the left entity. So the selection excludes 13 of 18 rows. And if I will go ahead, left outer, the selection matches. In anti, it's excluding. In outer, it's including, or the selection matches 13 of 18. So you can just see the similarity or try to understand about this particular part. So only then you will get the idea when you do the different way, different practice about all the parts. Definitely you will get the exact idea about this particular outer or this anti and all the things. So this is all about the merging parts. Please do it according at your end as well and try to perform this. So DPT, EMP, the same thing left outer, I applied it. So you can see that left outer, I applied it. No, sorry. So I can delete it, this particular part. Left anti, this is just for your DPT. So you can merge queries as new DPT, EMP, DPT, ID, left entry, take as this particular. So this excluding 13 of 18 rows. 13 of 18 rows. It's not matches. It's going to be. So once this particular part is done, we can go ahead. Yes. So you can see that in the employee, if you just need a name, you can go ahead with the name. Employee name is a null. You can go ahead and just perform this task is left. EMP, sorry, DPT and EMP. So here in the department first and employee seconds, earlier we did a left MP the 37th, we are getting about that employee ID, excluding 38 of 39 when we created about this. So this is about the merging. In the merging, the most important part is there will be similar columns should be there in both the tables or both the data sets or both the sheets. Otherwise, the merging is not going to be possible. So please take a note and perform at your operations. Hope your end it's working. Pratik Parekh, your merge OK button is disabled or still it's disabled or have you performed the task?
Yes, I have performed the task. Actually, I had not selected the columns, DEP
Okay.
in both the
Okay.
tables. Now it's working.
Okay. So that's why I thought like that's if you're
Yeah.
not if you selected and still it's not showing the okay, then mean it's a Power BI issue or something like that maybe.
Correct.
Because if we select the proper things and if still it's disabled, then there would be some software or that particular problem should be there. Anyway, we can see the last part of that's the append. What do you mean by the appends? Anyone can come and say that what you understand is already you're working professional persons. So hopefully I can say that you are totally fine with this append. What do you mean by the append? Because merge and appends are the two very important when we are attached. Very good, very good. Someone was commented it's attaching. But can the attachment or can the attach is going to be possible? For example, or the cans the attach is going to be, I can take one data set here. For example, uh, adding element to a list. For example, if I will go ahead and check my data here, I can create one data sets first. So that will be in understanding it's very easily. The new I can take its folder. I'm sorry. You can create at your end as it is. No need to share it. This is for understanding purpose. Obviously, when we have to perform the uh, or create about the dashboards, that time obviously I can take these particular cells of Jan. Cells of Jan. I can take it, 2, 3 values here. Content. This is the date columns. This is I can take the product. This is sale amount. And if I will take as the 0102 2023 0202 some more columns here. This is something I've made a mistake. Some best ID. That's I can take 101 was the about any particular parts specific. 01 201 2023 So I can take the product as a sell amount is 75.5, 45.25. If we can the cells of Jan, I can copy it, control C, taking with this new cells of pay. So this is again, I've taken here about this particular things. So the February, I can take it, this data, 100102. This is something I did a mistake. This is 02. 02. That's product is ABC, sales amount is 100. I can take as the 80.25, 55. So this is sales of February egg protein. That's fine. And it. So again, I can open it. Sales of Jan. Just for the randomly, how to show you about this so that you will understand it, what exactly we have to put it. You can do the more than 2 as well data, but we have to select it one. That's fine. So coming to this. Yeah, okay, Natarajan sir, that's fine totally. That's you can go ahead. So the apply changes is there, is done it. You can do it. It's done it. I'm going to create two, three more things here. Last 10 minutes, hardly I will take it, not more than that. So again, get the data. Excel workbook. Cells of Jan, cells of Fab. You can take multiple as it is. So load it. Both the things I loaded, sheet one and sheet two sheets I loaded here. First, I can give the name as the Jan. Fab. So moving towards again, that's my Power Query. Transform the data. That's already it is there. So first I can save it. I can give this merge. Save it, merge and append. There's an sorry. I need to do work in a Power Query bus. So again, I will wait for the transforming my data. So this is obviously the merging we saw it. Now this is the cells of Jan, cells of Feb. We are getting here cells of Jan and cells of Feb. Now you can see that there is a date. Cells of Jan is date is you can see that, and cells of Feb date 122. I just taken a small data so that you can understand it very easily. Because the data is bigger, understanding would be difficult. So we can perform the task as you can see that there is a append queries. So in the append, you can see to it that what exactly we have to perform. I perform the append as a new, otherwise in the same it's going to be followed. So you can see that the cells of January, I'm taking cells of Jan. I can take the cells of Jan and the first table, and the second table is of the cells of Feb about this particular part. So we can take as the cells of Jan and cells of Feb, and just clicking, you're getting the append one. So what's is going to be happen? The data is going to be combined, and you will getting A, B, C, A, B, C. As you aware, it's what you mean by the appends. That's to adding the columns or to adding these particular tables or that value. Already I'm explaining, just started explaining the append. Aditi, that's I have not explained yet. It's just explaining about the append. So just focus on that particular part. I have not completed the append explanations, only finish with the merge explanations. So definitely I will come that again and revise it. But append just I started, so please just focus on that append. So the append, what exactly I did it, the cells of Jan, cells of Feb, it's going to be given. So when I applied about this particular part, so 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 1, 0, 3, 0, 1, 0, 1, it's going to be appended and it's going to be added. So both the table are going to be added here. So just see to it that how the append is very easy. We can perform the task. Similarly, you can go ahead and perform this. For example, if I will go ahead and perform like this, date 1. You can see to it that when I will go ahead in here, the cells of Jan, and I will do it. And if I will go ahead in the append one, you can see that this is a null I'm getting here. Gen, when I will perform it, cells of fib, kept as it is, and I'm getting here value. You can just see to it that the value, what value I'm getting here. So this is a very, very important part. So that both the things should be a proper. In the cells of Jan, when I enter the value as the date one, just renaming those things. The append this value is completely, because you can see that append this particular part is completely null. So my February data is completely, or date is completely null. You can see to it that. And here the date is completely going to be null completely. So when again I will go ahead and just change my this particular part, you will get the idea or specific date is the this particular things. Sorry, cells of waves. You can say that cells amount as it is. So that is something beauty of way I can get it. We can do the merge queries and the append queries, and too many times it's going to be utilized because we are going to deal with the too many data sets. It's not about only one Excel sheets. We have there will be a might be 100 Excel sheets. We have to manage it, and for that particular reason, some merging and the append, and these are the most important tools are available for the Power Query. So we just created the append. Now, as you ask about the, I want to explain again the merge. So the merge is what actually that's we have the two different DPT and the employee, two different columns. And I need to go ahead. That's why I have opened this documentations. Please refer this documentations. That's very, very important part. The documentation is very, very important. It's like left outer, right outer, all the documentations you have to learn from the Microsoft, any other website or from any other way. You have to go ahead. All the documentations are given clearly at your end. So just like date, country ID, the right table is this. This you can see that merge tables, but merge table is we are taking the left outer. So the left first or the first tables row would be considered as and the second. They are going to be exact matching. But when we are taking about the anti of that particular things, anti means we are going to be accept that particular things if the match is going to be, you can see that here the same table is going to be country ID, and the ID is going to be merge table is going to be, you can see that units country is the null. You can see to it that this particular thing, because why we taken this particular things is going to be matched with this country, Panama, Spain. So it's going to be null. But here, if you can go ahead in the left outer join, it's going to be, you can see that USA, Panama, 4. The 4 is not there. So obviously it's going to be not going to be matched. That's why it's coming as the null as it is. But if you go ahead and check with the even the right outer join, when you come as the right outer joins, the left table, right table, you can see that left table, right tables. So it's going to be matched with this particular things, with the right first, or the this particular table first, then this particular will be second. So 3 will be going to be matched here. And you can see that the Panama is there. So Panama kept as it is, units 30. It's going to be coming as the 30. And this particular part, you can see that merging with the table. So I always suggest you people that's if you add up both sheets or tables with, while merge adds up sheet based on at least one related columns between them. 100%, Sunil Nair. Yes. That's if there is a no matching, is you can see to it that the thing is not going to be uh, allowed. But in merging, there will be a multiple options on what way you are going to merge it. That's inner, outers, that all the conditions is given here. So that's very important part. You have to always follow this. Just like here, left outer, we applied it in the left outer. Similarly, if you can go ahead and just perform this task again here. One more, I'm taking the merge queries here, for example, merge query as a new. Merge query as a new. I'm coming here, employee, I'm taking first as it is. Department, I'm taking the second. So you can see the, and from that, it matches 13 of rows from the second tables. So When I click it, this particular things, it will come as this particular merge. You can see to it that if you want it, you can take it here, merge. Now, what things? The employee ID, department ID. In the departments, we need the department name only. So you can see to it, department name here only. When you click it, okay, you can see that particular. Where the null is, all the things you can see to it that. See to it that this particular things you are getting about this output. And earlier the employee, you can see to it that the employee is employee name and all the things. So all the employee name columns is be there. You can see that in the merge one, just I did it 47. You can see that employee, there is a 39 is would be theirs. I just applied right outer joins. I not applied here. It's, you can see that you can check it as it is here. Table expands department, expand columns. What we use, that's right outer join. We have to utilize it. So this is very, very important concept. For more theoretical concepts, please refer this particular part. I can paste this particular things as well. It's a very used documentations. I always follow this documentations whenever I feel difficulties for understanding, because these are the very, very important parts. So merge query is very, very important. Full outer, left outers, and all the things. So already its symbol is clearly given. Join kind, left outer, right outers. With the symbols, you can see that full outer, it's a full join. You can see the inner is only the common part between the two. We are getting to see to it here. Left empty. If you can go ahead and just perform the task, for example, here. One more things, if you can go ahead, this merge queries, sorry, merge query as a new. So this is, you can take as the employee, DPT, department. If you can go ahead with the inner, only matching rows. That's already in the short form, it's written. Full outer, all rows from both, only matching rows. When I will be taking 38 of the 39 of the first table and 13 of 18 rows from the second tables. You can see that. But when I will write inner, so it's just showing that 30, the selection matches 38 of 39 from the first table and 13 of 18 rows from this second tables. It's going to be, you can see that the right anti, the selection exclude, here the excludes 13 of 18 rows from the second table. So already the particular part is given, that's all from the first, matching from the seconds only. Those who are matching from the seconds, it will taking the value. Similarly, the left, right outer, all from the second, matching from the first. Full outer, all rows from the both. Inner, only matching rows. Left anti, rows only in first, excluding the second one. Right anti, rows only in second one. So these all are the things you should read it, this documentation as well, and try to do some practical implementations at your end as well. What error you are seeing in your screen, show me so that I can understand. So this is all about for today's sessions. Has already we completed this particular part here. Day 2. Definitely when we are going to meet in the next week, we will start from this. We'll have to see, we have a lot to go. Get data in Power BI. That's already we are aware it. Conditional columns, we'll have to see some conditional columns, miscellaneous, some topics in Power Query. Language in Power Queries, we'll have to see to it that in the upcoming sessions. Then connect different data in Power BI. Introduction to DAX function in Power BI, handle large data in Power BI. So this all the things we'll have to see in the upcoming week. So please be ready and try to clear out of this week's whatever doubts you have. So please share it to your screen, Aditi, so that I can clarify your doubts. So we are going to stop here. Definitely we are going to meet in the next sessions and we'll discuss more. Hope Avdesh, Siddharth, Dr. Javed, Raj Gopal, Praveena, Pratik Parekh, everyone got the idea about how we can utilize it. Those who are already working it, they already have the idea. But
Yeah.
still, anyone facing difficulties, you can do the practice so that we can meet in the upcoming Saturday. You can come to your doubts and your queries as well, according whatever we learn to here. Vinosha, Grupriya, anyone if I missed to taking the name, Vaishnavi, Vasudev, that's please you can come up with your doubts, whatever we learn it, try to do some practice whenever you will get it. Because the things as I know that you are working professional, those who are students that can understand it, but those who are working professionals, I know that you will not get a time from Monday to Saturday, Monday to Friday, but you already taken a time for the Saturday, Sunday for learning. But so whatever you learn it, at least give a 30 minutes uh, to what you learns in a whole week, or 30 to 45 minutes to Monday, in between Monday to Friday, so that at least you will get some little bit idea and little bit doubts will be generated from your end. So this is all about for last 2 days, yesterday and today, and we'll meet in the upcoming sessions. Till that time, take care. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, Sunil, 100%. Without practice, you cannot go ahead with with that particular things. Yeah, Aditi, I think you shared the screen, so I will definitely solve it. Just little bit zoom it. Fine. So what error you are getting? You have to select the column. Here, first select the column department ID and department ID. You have to select it. Department ID, columns. Select it. Here also select it. Now okay. Now click OK. Definitely you will get the output. Why you will not get the output? Definitely you will get the output. So you are not selected. You have not selected the matched column. So how you will get the merge tables or the merge sheet? So whenever we are going to do the merging things, at least one column should be the commons in between the tables. Hope you understand it. Aditi, hope you understand it. If I'm not wrong.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, fine. So we'll meet in the next sessions and we'll discuss more. Till that time, take care. Have a nice day. And thanks for
Thank you,
quite
sir.
patience listening. And I appreciate if you people ask the questions in between the sessions. It's very good. That's your prompt and you are responsive during the whole session. So thank you so much for asking the questions as well. I will try to complete in upcoming weeks as well, according to the time span. So thank you so much. We'll meet on upcoming Saturday. Till that time, take care. Have a nice day. Enjoy your weekends.